it's empowered a whole nation to really want to be athletes.
I hope so.
Yeah. In this room today, we have those that are taking their first steps into the pathway into the game of football.
Right.
Not necessarily playing,
No.
but all the other forms of football that there is to work in.
Yeah.
All different backgrounds. I think they've been absolutely inspired today. We've had Paul Elliott here this morning, we've had Clive Tilsley, we've had a number of really, really good mentors.
Great.
You're going to top it off with some final words for us, Seth.
Am I?
Yeah,
Right,
that's
okay.
all right. Yeah. We're just about to go into a Q&A.
Yeah,
but I
sure.
think,
Don't worry.
you know, words from you will last a lifetime. Probably more than what words from me will.
I'm not sure about that, but thank you very much. I'm sorry to disturb you. I was passing through, and I sort of got grabbed, and it's great to see you all here. And let me just pick up from the words just a few moments ago. You know, we've had an unbelievable summer of sport, and one of the things that I guess drove us all to bid for the games in the first place was not that everybody is going to go off and become world-class athletes. We wanted to inspire a generation of young people like yourselves to want to go into sport as coaches, as mentors, as PE teachers, and I guess in large part that's happening. And the other great thing, of course, is that, if I'm being honest, the biggest value that coaches and mentors bring to young people in sport is not necessarily just teaching them the skill sets, it's creating a framework that allows them to go away and think about their lives maybe in a different way. You will help them to find self-esteem in what they're doing. They might suddenly find a purpose in their lives. You will be creating a framework through which they can operate and work in so many different ways. And actually creating what we wanted in the games, which is completely accessible and diverse sport. You know, one of the things that I think the Paralympics did is I don't think any of us will ever see disability the same way again. You know, it was great to be here a few weeks ago with the Chelsea Disability Football team that ran with the torch through Westminster. And you go to the Paralympic Games, 2.8 million tickets. People weren't watching disability sport, they were just watching great sport. And you've got a massive opportunity now because off the back of the Games, I think we've got a nation that just sees sport in a very different way. And we need to have role models, and we need coaches and we need mentors to help unearth that talent and just sometimes steer them in the right direction. So, well done. It's really important what you're doing. Thanks for just giving me the opportunity to say hello. I'm sorry to disturb you.
If I could just, can I throw a question at you?
Of course you can.
Which is going to go really to everyone in the room. If
There's
there's
awful lot of Fulham football.
Sorry, I'm into so much trouble. If there's one, and you spoke passionately as well, so if there's one message that you could possibly leave our next generation with, what would it be?
I think that we've got a decade ahead of us in British sport, in pretty much every sport you can think of, where there's a red carpet lined out in front of us. And unless we take that, unless we go on persuading people that sport, particularly in the inner city, matters. You know, I was a member of Haringey Athletic Club. I mean, some of you, I don't know whether you know that part of London, but that for me was an unbelievable experience. 40% of the kids that I trained with and roomed with and got into the British team with know what the value of that club was about. And young people like yourselves going into mentoring and coaching roles within my sport of track and field, but more broadly in other sports as well, makes such a massive difference. You can change lives. You've chosen an occupation, you've chosen a journey that will change people's lives. And if I'm being honest, sport gets closest to it than almost anything I can think of, because you're there at the ground, you're there at the ground level, and you'll spot all sorts of things. And it won't just be about the ability of somebody to pass a ball. It will be you'll spot other things that you can help them with. Career opportunities, academic opportunities, and if you see it in sport, you see it at the ground, you see it at the grassroots level. So you're in the business of changing lives. And that's really what we went to Singapore to bid for the Games for, and that's what I think we've got that platform from the extraordinary summer we've just witnessed. So thank you for doing this.
Can we give Lord Coe a really Never misses an opportunity, that man. Never misses an opportunity.
Thank you very much for your time.
Enjoy the rest of the day.